Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games of all time. Probably one of my top 10. I forget, that list changes very frequently. Now, even though I can barely run Fallout New Vegas on my PC due to the 97 different mods I have, I still enjoy this game to death. And during my time of actually playing it, I've kind of realized something. The main character is an absolutely horrible person. There is no contest about it. Now, quick rundown for those unfamiliar with Fallout New Vegas. You play as someone simply referred to as Courier Six. You had the job of delivering something known as the Platinum Chip, but you were eventually stopped by some rich guy and was not only robbed of what you were supposed to deliver, but you were also shot in the head. And whether it be due to luck, insane durability, or just bad aim on the shooter's part, you miraculously survived. What? You miraculously survived the shot, and now you are supposed to be looking for the guy who shot you via talking to several people in the wasteland, possibly helping them, and eventually going on to meet him in person to decide what you're going to do with him. Now, me personally, every time I met him, I just shot him, bro. Like, honestly, shit ain't sweet after what you did to me. Okay, just look, hear me out real quick, okay? I like to think I'm a pretty nice person, okay? You know, I like to constantly do the right thing, and I agree with the moral standing of Batman, where, you know, killing the person who killed a lot doesn't really make you better than them. Now, I already know you're trying to interrupt me and stuff. Okay, now, how about you just listen to the video, okay? The Joker completely deserves to die. Alright, look. Batman doesn't want to catch a body because he's afraid that he'll like killing and want to keep doing it. Which, I don't know if you know, goes completely against his moral standing. With all that being said, I'm not Batman, aren't I? Bro, Benny, it's on site with Benny, bro. You are going to die. Now, after exacting justice in the form of a 50 BMG round, you eventually gain the attention of several factions, but notably 3 major ones. That being the NCR, Caesar's Legion, and Mr. House. The NCR, or the New California Republic, are basically like... They're basically your standard military or police, you know, trying to keep everything under their control to make things more civilized and stuff. Caesar's Legion, on the other hand, they're a bunch of slavers, okay? This is literally just like, there's no sugarcoating it. They're slavers. And Mr. House is basically someone who wants to provide a future for everyone in the Commonwealth. Albeit, he's very strict, but still. Now, you can either help one of these factions, along with some minor factions, but you can help one of these major factions, or decide to go independent Mojave and side with someone by the name of Yes Man. Now, to be frank for a second, it doesn't matter which faction you help, or if you go independent or not. The Courier actively makes the Mojave worse than it already was. I feel like the NCR might be the best ending, because even if people don't like them, at least they do some kind of order compared to what Caesar's Legion does. Can you guess what a couple of slavers would do? Not even a couple. Can you guess what a faction of slavers would do when they have full control over an entire continent? Not continent, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, and Mr. House kind of just becomes a bit of a dictator and starts watching literally everyone with Securitrons. You know, the cool things, the secure future and all that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also independent Mojave is just like... The Mojave loses all order it had to begin with, which was very little, by the way. So everything just becomes worse for everyone in general. Now, look, I'm not saying the Courier is incapable of being a good person. Obviously, you can do really good things for people to help them out. But in the long run, by the time the Courier's done, well, the Mojave is kind of just a worse place to live in. Like, it doesn't matter what ending you pick, it's just worse somehow. Oh yeah, you can also like fuck up people's lives indirectly or directly depending on what you do. For instance, Veronica, who is one of my favorite characters in the game. You know, she's a little strong, but I still like her. Okay? And she's a part of this nifty little faction called the Brotherhood of Steel, which this specific iteration of the Brotherhood of Steel, or this chapter, the Mojave chapter of it, they kind of suck. They just harass people if you have technology that's like higher than a toaster and just like steal it from you because apparently it's too dangerous to be kept in civilian hands or just anyone's hands or something. Either way, these guys are her family. They took her in when she was, you know, wandering out in the waste. They basically raised her, taught her their ways and stuff. They're her family, the only family she's ever known. And it's unfortunate because in like half the endings, you're supposed to go blow up their base or like leave them alive and stuff. And either way, you make her life significantly worse after meeting her. Like, okay, imagine meeting this stranger. The stranger that seems pretty cool, you know? They're going like back to back with you. They even got you that dress you always wanted. And then they suddenly tell you that, oh, by the way, I blew up your family's base so you don't have a home to go back to. Or I did something where you just like ended up dying. I don't know what I did, but you died. Or, you know, you get banished from the Brotherhood due to political disagreement or something. I just find the parallel between Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas really funny, because Fallout 3 is like, oh, thank you, you stopped the tyrannical government that was, like, stopping us from getting the water purifier back up. Now we can give clean water to the people of the Capital Wasteland. And in Fallout New Vegas is like, hey, yeah, you did something cool for this faction, but you're kind of like a terrorist and a bad person. Don't worry about that, though. In conclusion, it's still on Simon Benny, bro. I don't care.